Yo, what's up guys, how's it going? And today I'm going to be playing the Stanley Parable. So yeah, let's get into this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Of course it'd be Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
That's the best job ever.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Best job ever
how long to push
2016,
them,
definitely.
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every
Why did you want to do
And although
this?
others might have considered it soul-winning,
This is one of the
Stanley
worst
relished
jobs
every
ever.
moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley
No, there's
was
no
happy.
way you could be happy with that. Really?
And then one day, something very peculiar
What was
happened.
that?
Something that would forever change
Oh.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single
After
order had arrived on the
an
monitor for
hour,
him to follow.
And you
No
didn't
one
realise
showed up to
anything.
give him instructions, call a meeting,
What
or
the
even
hell?
say hi. Never in all his years
You
at the
seriously
company
must
had
be
this
dumb.
happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came
I'm
to
gonna
his
have to
wits
listen
and
to this
regained
narrate
his
the whole
senses,
game, it
he got
seems.
up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Which I didn't really
All of
want
his
to do.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Probably just take a coffee break, you know, just prank. It was all a dream. Nothing happened.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right, I'm guessing this meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
all
Feeling a
closed.
wave of disbelief,
get fired.
Stanley
Just do
decided
not
to
get
go
fired,
up to
don't
his
get
boss's
fired.
office, hoping
That
he
is
might
great
find an
tip.
answer there.
I'm going to use that tip for when I get a job. Which is never.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Your boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
where is this
indication of
room?
any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What
I just
dark
need to read
secret
now.
was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's
one.
desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
5.
But of course, Stanley, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the
I knew
keypad,
that.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped
see
into
who
the
wasn't
newly
dumb.
opened passageway.
I misjudged him. Nothing down there. Take it, we press this button. Yep. No more. Oh, back to loading screen. Alright.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit
Why?
peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself,
What's
to
thirsty
question
now?
the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had
It's
never
too
occurred to
retarded
him?
to know it.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
He is a stupid man.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
In
Facility.
fact, is that he needs a narrator to tell him to walk through this door. Just sums it up. push the button.
The lights rose on an
What
enormous
is this
room
room?
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What do you mean? How can he not have the strength?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This is such a weird place.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Probably.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it
And
blindly?
there's no way you could be happy with this job.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it
Yeah,
even
probably.
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to
Yeah.
the world?
I mean, his IQ level is probably quite low.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another
Yes.
human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes, he will. Screw this machine. Screw all the co-workers. Screw the boss. I am clicking the off button. Now what? Is that it? No, it's got some tense music.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Maybe.
Yes.
This is sick
He
music.
had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Celebration party.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight
think it was a
streamed
prank.
into the chamber, he realized none
All
of
a
this
dream.
mattered to him.
Don't care
For
what
it was
the
not
it says.
knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell
Yeah.
him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Live a good lifestyle,
That
mate.
was all he needed to know. It was
How
perhaps
excited he is.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Let me through.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new
This is a
path
sick
before him.
storyline.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant
Yes.
to happen. And Stanley
Yes, you
was
better
happy.
be. I think that's it. Right guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and yeah, if you want part 2 then I'll do part 2 and yeah, see you on the next video.